Oh, I thought I'd let you know the other day when you came with Miss Winters that visitors aren't welcome.
I'm not a visitor, and I'm not interested in being welcome. I came to see Mr. Collins.
You can't.
Why not?
He doesn't want to see you.
Then I prefer that he tell me himself.
He can't. He isn't here.
Then I'll wait.
He won't be back for a long time.
Just how long, precisely?
I don't know.
I'm in no hurry.
You can't stay here.
Mr. Collins has done a remarkable job with this house. He must have made a very thorough study of the period to know so many details.
Oh, please, Mr. Collins won't like it when he finds you here.
Miss Winters tells me that you did a good deal of the work. Did Mr. Collins refer to any drawings of the house?
No.
Then what were his references? They must have been very exact.
What do you want to know for?
I told you I'm interested in the history. This house is part of it.
Well, he had old pictures.
I thought you said he didn't.
He did.
There was no need to lie. If there was, I can't imagine what the reason could be. I only wanted to know where Mr. Collins could learn so much about the original condition of the house. It's almost as though he had seen it at the time. I'm a perfectly trustworthy person. You don't have to wait with me. I won't walk off with anything.
I have strict orders from Mr. Collins that no strangers are allowed in here.
I'll explain to Mr. Collins that I'm responsible. Please, please try not to be so nervous.
I'm not nervous.
You look absolutely terrified. Is Mr. Collins really that difficult?
Oh, will you stop asking questions?
Well, if he is so difficult, why do you work for him?
Perhaps because he wants to. Or perhaps I'm not difficult at all.
I told her no visitors were allowed.
Not rudely, I hope. You must be Miss Hoffman.
Yes, how do you do?
That will be all, Willie. Thank you.
Oh, I promised him I'd take full blame for being here. Visitors apparently make him very anxious.
You must forgive Willie. He's a very strange man, but I found him to be a loyal and valuable servant.
You know, of course, why I'm here.
According to Miss Winters, you're doing research on my family and would like access to my library.
Yes, and to any personal knowledge that you might have, if you don't mind.
Well, it isn't a matter of minding, Miss Hoffman. And I certainly feel that your project is extremely interesting.
Oh, then I can count on your cooperation.
I'm afraid not.
Oh? If you think it's interesting.
But my opinion in this case does not affect my decision. And my decision is no.
May I ask why?
If you like. But I don't feel particularly obliged to give you an answer.
I see.
But I do thank you for your interest in my family.
Now, you, of course, are from England.
Oh, I see you've been told my history.
Oh, very slightly. But I would like to know...
Please, Miss Hoffman, I'd prefer not encouraging you any further by answering even your slightest question. I don't mean to sound abrupt, but it would be senseless for me to start something that I have no intention of continuing.
I understand, but perhaps you'll change your mind.
I assure you I will not.
But a man with your interest in the past, sure...
Prefers to keep his interest to himself.
You didn't let me finish. I have done some research of my own. I might know something about your family that you might find extremely informative.
I doubt it.
How can you be so sure?
Well, I can't, but I can be disinterested.
About your family history? Oh, no one who lives in this house could be disinterested.
Well, perhaps then my disinterest is limited to what you might contribute.
Are you sure it would be so negligible?
Not necessarily. But the price I would have to pay is too high.
Be a fair exchange. Is that too high a price?
Oh, come now, Miss Hoffman. That's not possibly fair. Whatever you may know, I certainly know much more than you do.
Do you? Well, let me know if you change your mind. You might find it extremely interesting. Goodbye, Mr. Collins. I hope I'll see you again soon.